We will now have the proposition rebuttal speech for 3 minutes. So first, my opponent mentioned the word punishment, adding that punishment is good. Let me first point out the definition from the UNODC again. A sentence of imprisonment constitutes only deprivation of the basic right to liberty. It does not entail the restriction of other human rights. Another point is that the evidence which the opposition team uses focuses only on the US. In our whole speech, we included 3 major examples from Brazil, Japan, and the US. Another point is that they didn't prove how or in which way we will reform prisons in order to solve the problems which are abuses by prison guards and inmates. Second, I will point out that their main point punishment and dividing criminals is not important. According to the New York Times 2012 report, it will be beneficial to every man, woman, and child in America and harmful to no one if we were to demolish every prison in this country and replace them with locked, safe, and secure home-like residential communities which are anti-prisons. Against punishment for reintegration. Let me point out that those facilities are different from halfway houses because halfway houses include the process of going to prison once. Let me further explain why our argument is still very strong. Right now, the only rational purpose of a prison is to restrain those who are violent while we help them to change their behavior and return to the community. As we proved, what is happening right now to prisoners, including sexual and violent abuses as well as health issues which could have been avoided, including death, the prison guards or the prison system has to help them getting up on their feet. However, as we state, the prison guards or the prison system in all is abusing them. The present prisons we want to abolish right now are such prisons which work like this. For example, a violent kid is beaten by his or her educator and the kid gets more aggressive. Those prisons only create a vicious cycle, and how can they get better when they die? Let me further explain what those anti-prisons are. Quote, such a community would be devoted to providing every form of therapy its residents needed, substance abuse treatment, psychotherapy, medical and dental care, and every form of education for which its residents were motivated and capable from elementary school to college and graduate school. Getting a college degree while in prison is the only program that has ever been to be 100% effective for years or decades at a time in preventing recidivism, unquote. Quote, Bandai Lee has shown that an intensive re-educational program with violent male offenders in the San Francisco jails reduced the level of violence in the jail to 0 for a year at a time, unquote. This shows education reintegration is better than punishment and focusing on re-education is better. This shows that abolishing prisons which are not working as the UNODC states is better, and providing facilities such as anti-prisons which really focuses on reintegration. They also state that they agree that it is inhumane. However, their rebuttal is saying that there are no supportive arguments or evidence saying prisons which the proposition sides want to abolish are inhumane or against human rights. When people get beaten to death and raped by prison guards, do we really have to prove such things are inhumane? We don't think so. On top, as you mentioned, that we have to divide criminals from society. By anti-prisons, we will still do that with having prisons without having prisons we are talking about. They also said when imprisonment increased, crimes decreased. However, according to the Birmingham University report, that the crime rate decreased from the 1990s because the economy went up and police detection got more strict, saying your argument effect is irrelevant with prisons. Therefore, we found a more effective solution for both sides, affirmative and negative. Thank you.